So, first of all, take those off. Gosh. One of these days I'm going to solve this whole glare thing, and then it won't be an issue, and I'll be able to wear my glasses while I'm talking to you, because that's actually what I look like, because I can't see very well. That's okay, I don't need to see, right? I'm just talking and vaguely trying to read over notes. Totally don't need my eyes for that. Okay, so it's Tuesday, and we're going to do a little art haul. Just a little heads up first for everybody who's new. I have a horrendous amount of things to share for the art hauls. A few intuitive hauls and some just random other things. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to pre-record some of these videos to get them up and ahead of time, and it'll just really relieve some pressure for me. So if you watch these videos week after week, and you're like, why are they wearing the same thing they were wearing last week? That'd be why. So, yeah. And I think really I should, like, get a uniform, right? Like, have my video making uniform so that I'm just always look the same. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But right now, rocking the hoodie because that's how I feel. So, for those who are new, I am Aradia Noir. I'm the resident witch and creatrix over to Radia's Hand and Danae's Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And on Tuesdays, I like to do haul videos. So sometimes they're art hauls, sometimes they're intuitive hauls. It really just depends. I try to catty corner it between the two. That way, I don't have this like rash of talking about the same thing over and over again. I'm getting yelled at. What do you want? What do you want? Huh? Do you need something? I don't think he needs anything. I think he's going to tell me he does. What'd you need? Really? Do you need to be up here? This is my co-host, right? So, also, for those of you who are new, he likes to get up here. Like, he will not have any interest in being anywhere near me. The minute I get on video, he's like, hey, I saw that you were doing something. I'd like to help you. You need supervision, human. Don't need supervision. So, let's see. We're on a time crunch. I gotta hurry up and do this. I have taken too long already. So, okay, look, I need you to go. I need my arms and I need my lap, buddy. So what I got was the Clover Amour Hooks. You're going to hear more about these hooks in, not these specific ones, but the brand, the line. And the next, oh goodness. Wow. Sorry, I just noticed something. In the next few weeks, yeah. What's going on? Now Adelaide's just being a weirdo. So, the long and short of it is they have two sets. They have a steel set and they have the regular crochet set, which are just the commonly used yarn sizes. Whereas the steel hooks are for the thread sizes. So this is all the other hooks. Usually that means they're larger hooks. And a lot of times those hooks are... Now Adelaide's going to be... So, a lot of times they're larger. Sometimes they're in between sizes. So some of these have letters, some of these don't. And things like that. I will end... For those of you who aren't aware, in my videos, what I like to do is on Patreon, which is where they all live. You will see some of them on YouTube, or all of them on YouTube, but I can't show you pictures there. So if you want to see the pictures, you need to head over to Patreon if that's not where you're watching this. And you can scroll into the post below and you will see a picture of all the hooks, and then all of them individually. And I do that with all of my posts so that you can clearly see, because I can bring them on camera, but sometimes it's not easy to see what they look like and things like that. And natural light is best. So I take my pictures outside, so there's that. But I got them from Amazon, because, you know, on a budget. Yeah. And random people. So I don't have a person that I would recommend that you go to, you know, whatever seller you want to get them from, whatever, is fine. And the whole why is I wanted to have the complete set, so I'm weird like that. I like to have all of the things. And it's a compulsory thing too, like it's a thing. You have to have the full set. or it'll bother me. And I literally have been thinking about this for ages. And the whole reason I even got these is because I needed, oh no, these two for a project. I couldn't get these. Ended up substituting yarn, getting something else, using something I already had. But I'm like, but I want those. So I haven't used them yet, but I need to do, I'll have to do a review on them. So let's put that in my notes to write down. Let's see. Yeah, that's a weird thing. Other weird things that I do is I will totally update my notes while I'm doing this, because if I say I'm going to do it later, I'm going to forget. But anyway, I needed these two. And yeah, because this one, you can find a J. That's easy to find. This one, the 7mm, where's the 7.5? Hold on, let me make sure there's not a 7.5. I don't think there's 7.5. Yeah, this is usually an L. Yeah, this one, it's hard to find. The 8 is hard to find. You don't usually, I think I have an L, or I've seen an L, but they're not usually something you find, which is why. Also, another thing about these is the larger hooks are usually plastic. Not all of them. They did have some that claimed to be aluminum, or anodized aluminum, I think is what it's called. I don't know that that's true or not. So there's that. Oh, there's that. But I haven't done anything with them yet, obviously. However, I'll be happy to share them all with you so you can see them. So the really cool thing about this is I do have some sizes here that I didn't have previously, like, at all. So let's see if I can get these in order so I can show them to you in order. Ooh, yeah, all right. So we got a K, which is and all these are, to my knowledge, these are, I think these are US sizes. Anyway, so here's a little quick tip. And, you know, we'll talk about this more when we do the steel hook set, because I saw a review and I saw complaints about it, and I'm just like, oh, that's just silly, and I know what's going on there. So here's the thing. Always go by the millimeters. Always. That's going to be right. Whether it's a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, not millimeters, just a 1, right? Or whether the letter is A, B, C, M, N, P, Q, R, whatever, the millimeters will be right, and that's what you need to go by. You also have to consider that there are some in which the millimeters are different. So a G, which I think is a US 4 also, is, maybe it's a 4, is a 4mm or 4.25 millimeter. That matters. That extra little bit matters. And don't believe anybody who tells you otherwise, because we're going to talk about gauge and tension. If I feel like I've talked about it before. If I haven't, I'm going to go on some wild rants about it. I might do a special video on that one. So, yeah, let's see. What are you doing? Just standing there awkwardly behind me. It's weird. Let's see. Yay! Okay. Tap, 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 tap. And we gotta save it, because what'll happen is I will forget to save it, and then my computer will be like, freaking out or something, or I'll hit delete, or, you know, close it. Because I do things like that. But the millimeters are always gonna be right. And that's what you should trust. Because it's just more accurate. It just is. It just is. That's just how it is. So, I also like that they're bright colors. All the handles are bright colors. The regular set is like a rainbow kind of plus brown. Because, you know, although honestly, pink's not part of the rainbow, right? And technically neither is purple. But you know, the colors we think of when we think of rainbow colors. The steel hooks are all pastels. Gross. These are just they got some repeats. So there's a yellow. There's an orange that repeats, the purple. I think the blue does, and this green is different than that green. There's 2 greens in there. This is neon. There's a grass or a lime green, and then there's a grass green. So yeah. Look at this one. I have a bunch of Ks. I think I have like 2. Yeah, I think so. Then, right, let's see. We've got the 7. This one you don't see. You don't see a 7mm very often. Then the 8 also is typically not seen. I have seen an L a few times, but it's not one of those hook sizes you usually even see. Then okay, so now you get into these, right? This one says MN, the next one is NP, and the other one's PQ. So again, this is where that millimeter thing is going to come in handy, because depending on who you're asking, they might call this one a P, like this one might be a P, or this one might be an M, and then across the countries they're not the same either. So that's why the millimeter is the best way to go about it, because you're going to get the accurate, this is what this is. I want to say, I don't know that I have a 9mm, so that might be my first one. I know I have a 10 though. I'll get a 10. 10. 12 I haven't seen. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen a 12. I don't think I have a 12. And now I also have this one. I want to say I have a 15 as well. So let's see if we can get these all in order so you can see them. It's not gonna work. Whoa. I'm trying to put them in order. My brain is not working. It's not working. So, there you go. Look at all these. Ooh, it's 7 hooks total. There's a purple one hiding. Yay! I'm so excited. What I'm going to do with these is, so the one thing I don't like about them being loose is there's no caddy. Okay, I'll give you a sneak peek. So this is how the regular ones came. I keep saying regular. Okay, so there's this little spongy thing they're sitting in. Now, obviously, that was for packaging purposes, but it's handy. I've got this thing sitting on my desk, and if you've peeped a little rainbow in the background on my Instagram, that's what you were looking at. So I've decided I have a pen holder that I'm not using because I got a really awesome Light caddy, and so I don't need it anymore. I'm going to take these all out of the thing, and I'm going to put them on there. Other things that are supposed to be cool about these, not only are the handles all colorful, but they're also, let's see, pretty sure they've got just the millimeters on the handle, so you don't have to worry about the fact that you can't, read it on the hook, it's usually on the grip of the hook. And they're supposed to, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be ergonomic, and that's why. There are people who make ones that are covered like this, but there's a limit to the making I want to do. Like seriously, for real. So yeah, I'm super excited to use these. You'll probably see them pop up in Project Time. You might see them pop up in my Work in Progress Wednesdays. I think those are the main times you're going to see them pop up. So that's it. Well, I'd love to know from you, what is the last thing that you got for your creative or art practices? You can drop a comment below if you're on YouTube or Patreon. I read all the comments and I love to hear from y'all. And I would love to know, do you have these? Have you used them? Do you like them? What made you buy them? Did you buy them for the same reason I did? Do you love rainbows? Do you want the whole set? I don't know. Tell me things. Tell me things. So, yeah. I also, a lot of times I will put links in there. When I get it from a direct seller, I will do that. So here's what I will do for you. I'm not going to link where I got them from because they're not reliable. Like, they may or may not be there when you go look. I will, however, see if I can find them elsewhere, like from Clover, who is the maker. So I will leave that thing in there. If I can find it, it'll be in there. If it's not in there, if there's no links, that's why. Sorry. But you can just look up Clover Amour and you'll find them. And I've seen them at Michael's, Joanne, I'm pretty sure maybe I've seen them at Walmart. I'm trying to think of any, probably most craft stores would have at least some of them. And if you can't find them in store, you can always check online. A lot of stores have things that they don't keep in stock online, which is one of those things I think a lot of people don't realize, that they'll have stuff that's not in stock in stores online. So they, whatever, shelf space is important. That's it. So if you like this video, make sure that if you're on YouTube, you like and subscribe and share it with people. If you're on Patreon, this is a public post, so you can share it far and wide. Please do so. We're trying to bring more people in so that we can do more fun things. And yeah. And you can find my work at Aradia's Hand and Danae's Divine. There are links below, and to all my active social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, those are the main ones. And that's it. So this is Aradia Noire. Thank you for joining me on this art haul for Tuesday, the 17th of December, 2019. Oh, what? I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is it's a work in progress one. So this is the benefit you get of watching to the end of this damn video, is all the random other shit that I say. And him yelling at me. So tomorrow's a work in progress Wednesday. Yeah, I've got a couple things. I'm working on. There's one thing I'm working on I'm not going to share because I can't share it. It's killing me that I can't share it, but the person it's for follows me. They're going to see it. I don't want them to see it. All the other things, either the person doesn't realize it's for them, or they already know, and so it's not. I don't need to keep it under wraps. So yeah, okay, that's it. All right, these videos are supposed to be like 15 minutes or less. They often are not. I might try to get it to like 20 minutes or less. Might be more realistic because I must get out there and stuff. So okay, yeah, and I guess when I do the review, sorry, I just was lost for a second. I will link this to that. So another note. Ooh. And that way, if you come back and see them later, and I've done the review, you can see it. There you go. Whoa, whoa, hooray! So, thank you again for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully as enthusiastic and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as I am today. I've had a pretty good day. I've gotten a lot of shit done. That usually puts me in a great mood. But now I gotta skedaddle because I have to go retrieve the short human. And at which point it will be noisy and in my house. So,